Hello and welcome to Roosevelt Rebel with your host Tisa Rebel Beltran. And I understand that I've been saying that I'm going to put a Taylor Swift review out or an Adele review out, but I have not been able to because of finals week and family stuff, like deep down hardcore family stuff. So I haven't had the time to just focus on listening to anything. Unfortunately. But the good thing is that I am drinking some Trader Joe's Holiday Band coffee, and it is delicious. And I'm going to pour myself some more. So, I got done with work almost 30 minutes ago. And today was a good day. I only got yelled at and cussed at once. And it's like, people need to understand, if you're going to have a job, you're going to be doing some things, and you're going to have to really focus on not fucking up. And oh my god, I apologize now for this yawn. But I'm not going to talk about work. What I want to talk about, I think I'm going to do once a month a mental health check-in. I am for real. Especially during the holiday months. I think that it's very important to really take time aside for yourself. And I had my one-on-one with my new supervisor at work yesterday. What is today? No, Tuesday. Jeez, the days have gone by. No, it was yesterday. The days have gone by so quickly this week. Like last week, it was super slow. And then this week, I just feel like everything's going by really quickly. And so I had my one-on-one with my supervisor, and we discussed things. And because, I'm doing customer service, hopefully I'm going to be moving away from it and doing it, not being on the phones, and that would be great. But we discussed getting yelled at and getting treated like crap from some of the people that do call in. And sometimes your blood just boils, and you just want to scream back at them. But you can't, because you'll lose your job probably. Or get written up. And because I have dealt with some shitty people in my life, I've learned to control my anger. And just be nice. Kill them with kindness. So, I had to hang up on somebody this morning who kept cussing, and I, let him go. I was like, sir, if you continue cussing, I'm going to have to let you go. I'm going to have to hang up. I hung up on somebody again the other day, too. So, we are working, everybody's having bad days and not taking care of themselves the way that they should. So that's why I was thinking, maybe I need to do this like once a month to remind you guys that listen in, that we need to take it some time aside for ourselves. So I have, as I was saying, discussed this, with my supervisor, and he's like, if you ever need a day, a mental health day, definitely let us know. Like, we're all about that. So that makes me really happy. I do have some sick time with the agency that I'm with. I have like 2 days sick time, and I want to use it before I convert over to full time with the company, and then it starts all over again where I start accumulating time, but like it doesn't go over. So that's a good thing to know, that my job is definitely about doing that, and or my company that I work for. And I talked to him, and I said, some days I have really bad ADD, and actually yesterday was fucking horrible. I don't even know what happened. Like, my brain at night, first it started at night, and like I'd wake up in the middle of the night. I just bought a humidifier. It's a little tiny humidifier, and it's strong. It blows out that steam out into the air, that humidity. And so weirdly, I know I got a little stoned before bed, but it's not the kind of stoned that makes you fucking wonky in the head. It is a body high where it just makes me go to sleep. So I took an extra couple hits before bed and passed the hell out. And then like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up freaking out about the fucking steam coming out of the freaking humidifier. And I was like, freaking out about it. Don't even know why. So I turned it off. don't know why. It was just freaking me out. And then for the rest of the day, after I woke up, oh my god, yawn, stop. After I woke up, I was having, just my brain just was feeling weird. So, like, I dated somebody and she would tell me that her brain didn't feel right. Her head didn't feel right. And so I was just always confused about everything she said. Every time she said it, I was like, I wish I could understand. I wish I could understand. And she would explain it to me how it felt. And so now I understand how it feels, like, way after the fact, what she meant about her head didn't feel right. So it just feels like all weird. So my ADD was really bad. I was talking to customers and I could hear the background noises, and it was just way up. And I feel like today also it's a little bit bad, but only for my hearing, because my focus is doing really well, but my hearing, I can hear things like I shouldn't be hearing these things. My last supervisor even told me that I shouldn't be hearing the things that I hear online when I'm on calls. Like, I can hear them recording me. I can hear when they're recording. He's like, that shouldn't be happening. You shouldn't be knowing that we're recording you. Like, there shouldn't be any feedback. There shouldn't be any of these things. But my ears are so sensitive to sound and noises. I can hear the clicking. I can hear the recording. I can hear everything. And it's just rough. And, you know, the buzzing of the lights, the buzzing of things around me, and I'm just like, can't you hear that? And everybody's like, no. Like, this has been an ongoing thing for my whole life. It's like, can't you hear that buzzing? Can't you hear the music? And it's like super low. And they're like, fuck, no, what are you talking about? I'm like, there's music. Or the music coming out of a fan. If anybody else knows what I'm talking about, please hit me up and we can discuss this, because I hear music coming out of fans and the white noise. I hear things, and I always have since I was a kid. But this is a mental health check-in. Like, I know a lot of people are going through a lot of shit, and my family is definitely going through a lot of shit right now with a lot of people being ill. A few people in my family have gotten COVID, and so we were exposed to it. And I wasn't able to go get tested yesterday because I was working, and my mom, my sister, my dad, and my brother, they all went and got tested, and they were all negative. I know that I'm definitely having issues with my allergies. I bought a humidifier, and I bought a air purifier, and I have that running in my room. So I'm making my room like my little cave to help me out with my issues with my breathing and allergies and everything, because it's been really bad lately here. So they went and got tested, and they're fine. They got negative, and everybody else got negative. I haven't been able to go and get tested because of school and work. But considering I didn't really... All of us were in the same vicinity of the person, but I think all of us are fine. But other things that are going on, my tia, she had knee surgery a while back, and a couple months ago, and she ended up getting MRSA, and now she has to be on a drip. She can't be around family. She's missed all the holidays. She's missed my brother's wedding because she has to be on an IV drip. And this is my tia that her husband, my godfather, passed away in the beginning of the year. So this has been a really rough year for her. And, you know, just got to do our mental check-in on our family members and friends. And my uncle, he has Parkinson's, and his body is deteriorating horribly. He went into the hospital a few weeks ago, and he's not been out. Like, they keep transferring him to different things. He had to get a blood transfusion. His kidneys were shutting down. Like, a lot of things are going on with him. And now he's not eating, so now they had to send him to a rehab center to hopefully get him to start eating, because he just doesn't, and he's so weak, and he just needs to fucking eat, you know? And then there was a COVID outbreak at his hospital that he was staying at, so nobody could visit him. And it's just really shitty. These times are really hard, and a lot of people are having really hard times. And that is okay that we are all having hard times as long as we can pick ourselves up and move forward. But I also wanted to discuss other things. Like, I was talking to a friend this morning, and I was like, that would be a good talk for the mental health check-in. So we were discussing parents and children and forgiving. Oh, so sorry. Oh, wow. I don't know why I got that notification. And I don't know why it's on vibrate. But we were talking about parents, mothers and daughters and sons, and the children saying they forgive their parents for the things that happen in their lifetime, and then not really forgiving them and still being pretty shitty. So we were discussing that, and what it really comes down to is, as an adult, you can deal with your past trauma, and you're going to have to take initiative of getting on medication, going to therapy if you have to take medication, to go on medication, doing all the work to heal yourself. Especially when kids are like, okay, Mom, I forgive you, Dad, I forgive you. But then you're still treating your parent like shit, and you didn't really forgive them, and it's not really fair to your parent. Yes, they already know what they did. They are living with it. They feel like shit. But you still need to understand that they are human too. Put yourself in their shoes, and like, this is a generational trauma. Each person is learned from their parent, and this is what happens. And so the best thing now is to get the fucking help that you need and do what you have to do for yourself and your future children, or if you have kids now. So keep blaming and doing the blame game. There's like, what is really going to come down to that? Nothing. It's just making you miserable and unhappy and not working on the things that you need to work on. Oh my God. Alright, I don't know if you heard all that yelling and stuff. I didn't even go check because I just don't want to right now. Okay. So yeah, you need to take control of your own life and your existence. Because I know a lot of people, I've heard so many people say this, and it's just so frustrating. And I think it's because I've done so much healing, and like, sometimes I miss being destructive, because that sounds very toxic for my own self, but I was so used to feeling this way and living this way that, I was so used to being sad and hurt and getting fucked over that it was just, I would just hold on to it and live in that sadness and that bitterness, and it was just a dark place. And sometimes I miss that because the chaos was where I created things, but you can't live there forever. So like, it's really hard as an adult when you have let go of your ego and you found that spirituality where your ego is not there, and you're just like, eh. And so you're living your life to the best that you can, and you've already dealt with all the things that you've had to deal with, and you're on this beautiful journey, and you've healed, and you're still healing some things, but you're becoming the best version of yourself. So it's really hard to hear kids say, or people say in general, I didn't ask to be born. And it's like, none of us asked to fucking be born, period. I didn't think I was going to live this long. Well, you're alive. Like, there's purpose. You have a purpose. Why are you feeling this way? Like, you really need to get down to that and figure that out, because you can't go through life and being pissed at your parents for having you. Like, they had you. Do you think that you were planned? Probably not. They probably were fucking not in the best place to have you. But, you know, they're dealing with a lot of shit too.